It's Friday night. I have absolutely nowhere to be. It is 9:20. Let's just do some makeup. Let's just share some of the Seint beauty products that I have here. Okay. So what we're going to do first is just some quick makeup. I just want to share, if you've never heard of Seint Beauty, it is a cream-based foundation system, and you're basically matched with several colors that are perfect for your skin tone and your shade. And it just comes in these little magnetic palettes just like this. Get you a couple brushes, you're good to go. You can throw this in your bag. Super easy to travel with. So let's just do some makeup. Okay, so I have nothing on my face. I do have some my eyes on. I took off my makeup, so we're just gonna start. All right, we're gonna do my two favorite brushes, which is Carrie. I just decided to go live. Why not? We're gonna use the detail brush and the shape brush. These are two of my favorites. Now also, before anything else we go any further, today is the last day for Seint sale. I don't know what time it ends. Possibly, I guess at midnight Mountain Time. So you've got just a little bit of time left for the products that are discounted. So this is the great sale that Seint's having. So anyway, you can check them out. You can go to the link in my profile, Shop Seint, and just find all kinds of goodies. If you've got questions, send me messages and we can chit chat. All right, so let's just do some makeup. This right here, typically if I match you, I would give you a palette of this size. It's a double layer, so you can put eyeshadows in at one side of it, your creams on the other side. But I would give you your three colors that make up your foundation are going to be your contour, a brightening highlight, a main highlight, a lip and cheek, and then a bronzer and, possibly an illuminator. Some people want it, some people don't. So we're going to start. I'm going to use this detail brush. And we're going to go into the color right here. This is the color Cedar. It's one of our new releases that I have been loving. And we're just going to pop that right along. The cheekbones. If it looks like a bruise, you're doing it right. It'll all blend out. We're just kind of going around the perimeters of our face. Everyone's face is shaped different, but yet the same. So you can everybody can kind of start the same way, and then you just kind of work. It does make it so easy. Then you can just kind of work with your face shape to figure out if you should go a little higher, a little lower, whatever. The more you play with it, the more it's just super easy to throw and go. You just throw it on your face and you're done. It takes no time. Okay, so now I'm contoured. So now we're going to go in with our, we'll go ahead and do our I want to do my main shade. So this is the color Wheat. And what I love about Wheat is it's got a little bit of yellow to it. So I have redness in my skin a lot, and the yellow in here really cuts that redness, so I love that. So I'm going to take this as the shape brush. It is on sale today, 40% off. I hope they don't do away with this brush. I love this brush. Anyway, I'm using it. It's kind of fluffy on one end, but it just gives you this airbrushed, flawless. Oh, hey, Ashley! Gives you this flawless, easy application. You just kind of just bounce it around. It feels like a little bunny tail on your face, just bouncing around. It's so soft. But it doesn't pack on the product, which is what I like. This makeup is super buildable, but you don't need a whole lot. You just need a little bit just to give some coverage in the areas that you need it. I'm still not blending it out just too well. Like you can tell, this right here is not blended. It'll get blended more once I do my bronzer and stuff. And then I'm going to do just a little bit up here. And again, I already have my eyeballs on from earlier. Okay. So that, I mean, it already is coming together. You know what I mean? The more scary you look up front, the better. And now we're going to flip back over to the detail brush. If you were just going to need one brush, I would say the detail brush. And then I love this brush too. But I can do my whole face with this brush. But these two, the shape brush and the detail brush, are my top two. The reason I like this other brush is because if you buy it in a bundle, the bronzer collection, you can save like $12, and I'm all about saving some money. So, and it's a super good brush too. Look, see all that wore off? That's from the love of my hand cradling this brush for years. It's been a good brush, and I'm not going to get rid of it till the bristles completely fall out. All right, so now we're going to go back to the detail brush, and I'm going to pop around. Look at that. See, I'm already hitting pan there. It's good stuff. This is Sunlit. And it is really going to bring this brightness right down to the center of my face. Kind of make you a little chicken foot up there. And so that's where you're wanting the focus to be. But I also like to lift just a little bit right here in these outer corners, and then I like to draw from my little mouth because I have these little pockets here. I like to draw right up under the contour and give a little sharp edge, and it cleans up if you go too low because it's cream. It's super easy to correct. And then you can also right here under your nose kind of drag that up too, and that will also give you a lifting effect. Okay, so that's my makeup. Now we're going to go in, we're going to blend it. I'm going to go back to the shape brush. And I'm going to blend everything in. Thank you. What do I have on my eyes? Great question. I know I have Stardust, which is on sale tonight. Stardust on my lids. Philly is in the outer corner. And Bubba. That's what I have on my eyes. Bubba, Stardust, and Philly. Isn't that a pretty combination? Okay. So we're blending. Like I said, I do the light first, and then I will come back and do, if I need to add any more, sometimes I'll go back and I'll add a little bit of contour. Thank you so much. Or sometimes it's just fine and dandy. I don't have to add any more. And I got to figure out what color lip and cheek that I want. I may do tangerine because it's only available for a couple more days. And it's a good one. It's a good one. I really do like to have my mascara on first whenever I do my makeup. That's one of the first things that I do. Is put on my mascara. But then if I ever have my eye makeup on too, my mascara, sometimes it's hard to get up in those corners. So you can flip it around your brushes, go in with your beauty sponge, use your fingers and pat it out. Because I try not to mess up my eyes when I already have them on. Okay. So there we go. Let me see if I think I can zoom in. On my face, you guessed it. It's not perfect. Doesn't have to be. But it does look like it's got a little bit of a filter on it, right? Okay. So now I'm going to, I think I want to use the High Tide, the new bronzer. Do I know where it's at? Was I prepared for this live? You guys know the answer to that question. Maybe this is it. High Tide. High Tide. High five. Oh, War Eagle. Okay. So this is High Tide. We're going to bronze with this. It's a little bit even more warm than Bella. I love Bella. Bella is the best to me. Hands down, it's the best, and I feel like works for everyone. You can make it work for you. This one is a little bit warm, but I still love it. It is a pretty sun-kissed bronzer. Look, I even got my Auburn earrings in. We had at work today. It was kind of a spirit day. It was a employee appreciation. So they wanted us to come in, wear our spirit wear, which if you're in Alabama, you are typically born Alabama or Auburn, right? You're born into that family. And so, I mean, I changed. I was born into an Alabama family, but I changed because I'm crazy like that. But they fed us and gave us some, some neat gifts and stuff, and we got to wear our, game day stuff. It was fun. And this is and I think I said this in my stories earlier. This is my son's jersey from when he was probably like 8 or 9 years old. It's the old, I'm still wearing it. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? Yes. And it's you just can keep building it on. It's not, the bronzer is sheer and it's not going to give you coverage, but just the more warmth that you need, you can kind of just lightly keep layering it. This thing right here is so fluffy that it gives you that, just like I said, airbrush and that barely light coverage, but it's perfect if you don't want to wear a lot of makeup. If you want more full coverage, we've got brushes for that too. We got brushes for everything. All right, let's do not tangerine. What's it called? Lord, what I said? Jolene. This palette is also on sale tonight. The sale ends today, guys. So, thank you. I know. Carrie's Texas. Let me tell you about that. These right here is all of our limited edition. I put all of our limited edition lip and cheeks in here. But look how pretty that is. Except for my fingerprint smudging on there. This is gorgeous. This is like it's like a vanity. What I love about this color, Jolene, too, is that it has the little orange shimmers in it. I don't know that you can see them. I don't think you can because my light just doesn't pick it up. But it is so pretty. When we were in the Isle of Palms, we were on a Seint retreat just for our group. Me and Carrie was like, we taught everybody to do the dance. Oh God, Carrie, what was the dance? Was it it wasn't the Applebee, it wasn't the fancy like Applebee's. It was the other one from Walker Hayes. Oh, I'm just trying to keep my daughters off poles. That one. And so we had everybody from our group bring their favorite jersey, and we all got on there and danced in our jerseys. And then me and Carrie at the very end of the reel, we battled it out between her A&M and me being Auburn. Of course I won out. Of course I have my big old fat face on the end of the camera. All right, so this is the color Jolene. It was so much fun. And don't be, oh, it matches my fingernails. Don't be intimidated by this, because let me see if you can pick the orange shimmers up in there. You really can't. God, I wish you could. I wish you could see it as good as I can. But don't be scared. Don't be scared. Because we're just going to barely kind of feather-like touches. Pop it on there. It really is so pretty. Look at that. And this is Jolene. I think so too, Ashley. Every Auburn fan does need this in their makeup collection. Even if you didn't want to wear the foundation and everything else, you can wear our cream bronzers, our lip and cheeks, our eyeshadows. I mean, there's tons more to offer. But, I mean, we do have a 30-day return or exchange policy. So, why not, if you're not satisfied with your makeup routine, try it. It's not going to hurt anything. And it's affordable. I mean, you can't go to Clinique or Estee Lauder or any of those others and get a full face of makeup for a little over $100, because two things there is $100, right? And even drugstore, a full face of drugstore makeup, unless you're wearing Wet n Wild and Elf, it's foundation is $10 to $20 at drugstores. So we've got high quality with very affordable prices. Okay, so that's Jolene. That's Jolene. Jolene. And, oh, I need to put it on my lips too. We're going to go in with this color right here. This is from NYX, and it's the color Urban Cafe, and I can't find it anymore. I'm going to be devastated when I get through with this. So I put on my lips a lip balm, and then I just kind of outline. I got a big mirror behind me that I'm looking at. It's easy for me just to grab a lip pencil and to do this. But if you wanted to use your contour shade or your bronzer, you can line your lips with that as well, and it's beautiful. I do that a lot too. But this is easiest right here, and I just always do it. I love that color. All right. So one of the things that I love about the balm on my lips, yeah, I'm only using these two brushes. The detail brush and the shape brush. These are my two. These are my two favorite brushes of all brushes that we have. And this one's on sale through today, 40% off. And it's the twofer. You get two brushes for the price of one. All right, so I put the balm on my lips, and the balm makes it like really, really slippery and stuff. And then when I outline it, it kind of mutes it all down because I don't like a harsh outline. And then I'll go in with my color, and we're just going to use Jolene, and I'm just going to barely tap. Just barely. And man, I'm loving this with my jersey. This is perfect. See? Isn't that pretty? And then you can go over it with a gloss if you want to, or not. It's just whatever you want to do. Now again, if I wanted to go really ham, I could make my lips the color of this, right? They could be this color. But that does not look good on me, so we're not going to do that. So you control the depth of the shades, whatever you put on. That goes with everything. Okay? That's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to go through one of my last steps that I always do is I take this, this is what we call it a perfector, but it's any kind of beauty sponge. If you make it damp, you can go through when I troubleshoot a lot of people, the main thing that I find that people do is they use too much. They're so used to their traditional foundations of really putting a lot on, and you do not have to use a lot of this. These tins are really small. Let me show you. Okay. The tins are this small. I've even had somebody say before, I feel like I'm getting gypped. I'm not getting a lot of product. No, this right here is a lot of product because it's so pigmented. You don't need a lot of this. Our foundation, like our main shades, would last anywhere from 2 to 4 months. Our contours will last 6+ months. Our lip and cheeks will last a year. I mean, you just don't go through them fast. And then you can just pop things in and out when you get ready to say, hey, I want to add another shade, or I want to shade up, or I want to shade down, or I need to replace this one. That's what's so easy about it. It's very customizable to you. And I can give you a color match. You just go to colormatchbysusie.com. I will put the link in my caption below so that if you do want a color match, I'll be happy to, help you through that. But I take my damp perfector sponge and I go through and I just make sure that I don't have any extra product just chilling out on my face that doesn't need to be there. If I wanted to go in with a little bit more of a contour or bronzer or anything, you can. And then one of the last things that I do is I will set with like a setting spray and a powder. I usually use both. I don't powder heavily on my face because I don't want it to be truly matte. I want it to have a healthy glow. So I like to just set the areas underneath my eyes, kind of down my T-zone, where I'm an oily person. I'm kind of, I guess, more combination, but I'm oily in my T-zone. So I will take, this is just the Fit Me by Maybelline. That's a good brand too. I will take the powder out of the little compact, and since this right here is magnetic, this is a metal tin, it just pops right in here, and it's big and it's round. So we have one too that's really good, but it's low. Let me show you mine. We have a vanilla dust that's in here, but I gotta get another one in. But it's really low, so when I start trying to get around the edges, I'll dig into my other colors. So since I have this palette here, it's easy for me to grab into. So I'm gonna go right on the corners, under my eyes. I'm gonna go down the center of my face, and anywhere that I want to set. If your cheek color is too much, you can mute it down by going right over this, and even using your powder over it, that's fine too. If you want extra stay-in powder with your cheeks, then I would suggest doing this. I would suggest after you put on your color, go over, tap over it, because we're going to layer the powder in between. So you do that, and then we're going to go right back and layer just a little bit more over it. And that will help your cheek color to stay even more, even longer. Something about it sitting on top of the powder just helps it to grip a little bit. Okay. If you want to be a little extra, you can go in with an illuminator, put that on. Again, that's an optional step. Some people do it, some people don't. This is Nova, it's a new one. You can just put it right there on the tippy tip of your nose, Cupid's bow. I like to do it right along my cheekbone. Can you see that? Thank you. Hey, Jennifer. Jennifer's a fellow Tiger fan. She's a different kind of Tiger fan though. She's the purple and the yellow one. Okay. And there we go. That's our full face. Again, you can play with it. I mean, I'm telling you, the only drawback I would say is maybe that it gets a little bit, you want it all. You want more and more and more. You just want to keep building to your palette. So, is that a bad thing? You know, splurge on yourself every once in a while. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. Anyway, thank you for joining tonight. If you want to color match, again, it's colormatchbysusie.com. I will put that in the comments below. Thank you. And thank you guys. And thanks for joining me. Hey, it's a good crowd over here tonight.